Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Tactics Ogre Reborn. Last time we left off, we found out we have to go all the way around to the back of Brigantis Castle and go in that way. Some people let me know that I apparently missed some dialogue with Rosen, the ninja or whatever, and there was a way for me to not kill the High Commander. Apparently he wasn't attacking me, and he was trying to get to a certain side of the screen so he could escape. I didn't realize that was even an option. So if I had waited to kill the boss until after he leaves, basically, then he would show up later as a boss. Basically to replace a different one. Someone mentioned that one character would have something to mention about them, basically. Or they would say something to them, rather. But I would have to go back to the entire, straight at the beginning of the chapter to get that. Because I'd have to replay through it all, so I didn't miss too much. The dialogue with the ninja was apparently the ninja flirting with Kashua, and Kashua's like, ew, get away from me. Which, fair. So yeah, those are the two little things we missed. I'll probably try to save a little bit more consistently now, just in case something like that happens again. And it's always hard to know which characters are going to have dialogue and which ones aren't, but I'll try to keep an eye on that as well. Just let the fights go on a little bit longer. Something else I should mention, I probably am just going to follow a guide to get the characters in this route, because I mean, honestly, all of them have been name-dropped at this point, and I would just prefer, it seems like some of them are kind of confusing, so I would just prefer to make sure I don't screw anything up, basically. So I'll be following a guide for the characters we get here, just to go ahead and let everyone know about that. There is some new stuff here that we need to check out, but someone mentioned in the World Tarot there is now... I think it's familiar friends, because that one we've seen, but familiar friends we have not. Here we go. Yeah, someone mentioned this is one of the missable ones. Final confrontation with the Galgastani had begun, and the main body of troops were already moving to the Sonji Weald. Before departing for battle, the three friends from Goliath came together once more.
We'll go on ahead. You finish up here.
Vice. Can you forgive me?
There's no forgiving what you've done. You were the Duke's hand in the massacre. There are no words for one so low. But a man can repent. You did what you thought best. If I were a greater fool, I might have done the same.
You were the greater fool in the other path, Vice. It's interesting. They basically mention the other paths in the path you're currently on pretty consistently. It's like once you start going through all of them, you see all the moments where the game is kind of nudging you like, eh? And this is definitely one of them.
End this war, Denim. You owe the people of Balmamusa that much. Let that be your atonement.
You have no right!
I don't know, Kashua. He has every right.
No, sister. He has every right.
Damn. It's always funny when you say something and the dialogue basically just copies you. Or you copy the dialogue, rather.
Farewell, Denim.
And you, Vice.
Someday the gods may forgive you. But I haven't.
God, Vice is... People were not joking, Vice is a lot better in this route. And yeah, Kashua, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but there's some things you really just can't defend me on. I hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you, sis. Alrighty. He also made peace with Vice's new All-Star Alliance, demonstrating a caliber of leadership beyond his years. He went on to form the new All-Star Alliance to champion All-Star self-rule and break the nobility's grip on power. He eventually reconciled with the Resistance when Denim took up its leadership. His might in arms serves the Order of Shadowscale well as they strive to put an end to the war. Sir Leonar? He set in motion plans to usurp the resistance leadership during the Bakram attack on Rhyme. Though succeeded in killing the Duke, he was slain by Denim. After leading the massacre was the work of the Resistance, she left their ranks and joined the new Wallister Alliance. Now that the Alliance and Resistance have settled their differences, she and Vice have allied with Denim. I believe someone mentioned that in that scene with Leonar, Vice, Kashua, and Denim in the original game, Arcel just dies there, which is unfortunate. Also, apparently, yeah, that comment did not know what they were talking about, or were intentionally trolling me, because you cannot get Ronway. Which is good. I was like, how in the world would this asshole even fight? But I was like, I don't know, maybe he's a mage or something. But, yeah, that's always the problem, because with a game like this, you do want to read all of the comments, but some of the comments will intentionally lead you the wrong way. Some of them just straight up give bad advice. Some of them have bad faith arguments, but you don't want to ignore the good things, too, because there's a lot I wouldn't have been able to experience with the game or not known about the game had I not been reading the comments, so it's a precarious position, but the massacre of Balmamusu and the failure of the Sonji offensive caused his people to lose faith in him. He was murdered through the betrayal of Sir Leonar, who feared the resistance to be on the verge of collapse. Former Abuna from a small church on the outskirts of Goliath, whose father to Denim, he was carried off during the Lothlorien attack on the city. Though held prisoner at Heim for a time, he was later freed by the Liberation Front. His whereabouts are currently not known. Manaflora, person sought by the Dark Knights Lothlorien, while the secret person remains shrouded in mystery. Zvolak, career soldier, he never lets personal matters interfere with his duties. He's currently keeping watch over Regent Morn at Heim. He was one of the Dark Knights who attacked Goliath. Together with Sir Barbas, he also took part in the sacking of Rhyme. His sadistic nature is evident in his actions on the field of battle and in his questioning of prisoners. I will not even lie, I got Oz and Martin mixed up a little bit. I basically was like, oh yeah, Martim's the one that tortures people, for like a few moments in my mind during some cutscene, and I remembered, oh yeah, it's not Martim. So I don't know, Martim's sleazy face looks like he tortures people, but no, it was Oz, the one that's like, will I take an ear or an eye? She is... what? Commander Gallius, seat of the Lydian Empire, she is the noble House Glacius, renowned for their founding role in the Gallius Guild of Magi, Ministers of Magic and Lotus, twin sister to the Dark Knight Oz. She wields both spell and blade with equal skill. She is betrothed to the Dark Knight Balsaphon, and will marry him upon their return to Lotus once their task in Valeria is complete. You're 27, how old is Balsaphon? 40. Okay, I guess it's not that wild. I thought you were like 60 or something. Okay, 13 years age different. It's not the craziest, especially not in a time period such as this, I guess. It's also probably a political marriage, I imagine, because you're from House Glacius and Balsaphon, son who commanded 5 orders of knighthood and Lotus. Yeah, he's not part of a noble family, but it might still be a political marriage. It's interesting, because I haven't really seen, like, Ozma and... I'm imagining it is a political marriage, because I haven't really seen Ozma and Balsaphon seem very affectionate with each other or anything. For his hand-to-hand combat swordplay, and Modigliani. Yeah, we've already read this, and Ser Marino as well. I don't think those are going to differ at all. Okay, so now we do these. Large number of refugees fled Rhyme for neighboring regions when the Bakram invaded. Those who had taken up in Fidok have started to make their way home. The Bakram claim the restoral of public order in Rhyme is to thank for this, but refugees state their poor treatment at the hands of the people of Fidok has forced them to leave. I remember that one. Mount Wavery erupts. Duke Ronway assassinated. This one's new. Duke Ronway was slain at Almorca Castle while resistance and Bakram forces battled at Rhyme. A close ally, Sir Leonar, was behind the killing. Since the massacre at Balmamusa, there had been growing concern about the Duke's ability to lead, and this ultimately led to his demise. New leader of the Wallister resistance has emerged following Duke's death. The hero of Goliath, Denim Pavel, who acted swiftly to put down Leonar's rebellion, now heads the resistance. Denim has also allied with the new Wallister resistance, which enjoys a great deal of support among the people. It is important to note that, you know, Denim being like, can you ever forgive me, Vice? And Vice being like, no, I can't. Because that's not something that's forgivable. It's something you can repent for, but Vice is never going to be able to look at you again without knowing that you did that, and that's not something you're going to be able to get over. So I do like that Vice is sticking to his guns, and it's not like, oh yeah, I forgive the horrible war crimes you've committed, Denim, because I feel like too much media is so quick to forgive, even if they've done, like, horrible things. The idea that Weiss is like, I'm not going to forgive you. I will work for you, but I will not forgive you, and you're gonna have to repent for that for the rest of your life. That's much more realistic to me. So... reports indicate that the Galgastani forces led by Hierophant Balbatos are amassing in the Zonji Weald south of Kryptonite Keep. They are likely to strike while the resistance is preoccupied with the Bachman invasion of Rhyme and the change of leadership following Sir Leonard's assassination of the Duke. Okay, so, I believe we are good. Let me check the character list real quick here. So, if we look at this real fast, after the battle in Brigantis is our next character. And this is a new character, so that is cool. So yeah, we're gonna go to Madura Drift, and then we go to Brigantis, and we see what's gonna happen. Honestly, what I might do to make sure that if there is any dialogue with any of these leaders, it'll take slightly longer, but I might let the AI do the battle. Just because if I let the AI do the battle, then they take longer than me. I just run straight at the boss and hit them with summons. But if the AI does the battle, they're going to more systematically take out the rest of the enemies, and it'll take slightly longer, so maybe we'll get dialogue that we would miss otherwise. So I think we'll go for that, I suppose. I also did see people surprised that Sistina's a lich now. I don't know how common it is to make Sistina a lich, but I don't know, I think it's cool. I'm sure Sistina doesn't mind. I'm sure Sistina wasn't rolling her eyes when I was like, here you go, Sistina, take this Ring of the Dead and turn into a lich for me. It's for the good of the Resistance. Alright, and we don't have any, like, characters unique to this particular path yet, so obviously once I get characters unique to a certain path, I'm going to want to put them in. I think I'm going to put Azelstan in instead of Lindel. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alrighty, scout to the battlefield, nothing really to see here. We will go ahead and apply all of our AI, and we'll see what Sir Hektor has to say. Hello, Sir Hektor. You are alive still on this route.
It's colder than a witch's teat. We'll not find trouble out here.
Colder than a witch's teat. I haven't heard that one in a hot minute.
I'd sooner be back in Brigantis myself.
Quit your griping. We have a patrol to finish.
Begging your pardons, Sir Hektor. I weren't doing no griping, honest.
Easy, lad. Who wouldn't rather be home in front of a roaring fire, eh?
What is it brings you out all this way, Lord Commander?
I'm no lord. Just a common soldier, like yourselves. I was ordered to hold Brigantis, and this I have done.
It's gonna be cool to get some more out of Hektor, since he was kind of just like, he showed up, was like, I'm pissed that you killed my betrothed, and then we killed him. And then in the other one, he just gets executed by Leonard.
You were ever a loyal follower of House Orlando. Still, a man like you serving under Zabos, it's a disgrace.
Or
String you from the gallows myself if you speak of the High Commander like that again.
Orlando. I should have known that was how you pronounce it. I always called it, probably since I was a kid, I always called it Orlando. But Orlando makes more sense, especially with that particular spelling. Back on like the PS1 Tactics, it was just Orlandu, if I remember correctly. But if I saw the EAU, I would have known it was O.
Well, of course. Forgive me, sir.
A knight's first duty is to liege and kingdom. My father, Sir Briam, taught me this, and his father, Sir Cornelius, taught him. Perhaps you think these age-worn vows bind us, but it is in times such as these that their true worth becomes clear.
Forgive me, Sir Hektor. I spoke out of turn.
Rouse yourselves! The enemy is upon us!
I feel like your voice is different, but maybe I just don't remember your voice super well.
I didn't think to encounter Golgastani scouts so far afield.
Also, this map's beautiful.
We haven't come all this way for nothing. To arms!
To arms! Vanquish Hektor. And yeah, like I said, I think letting the AI handle it will just be better. So I can make sure if there is any dialogue, we'll see it, because I have like battle messages and stuff to auto-advanced, but specifically not dialogue, so we'd be able to catch it. Also, I have the recording, so even if I didn't notice it, I would still be able to see it. And I have my headphones on, so I'll still hear it.
I am Hektor de Dara, son of Brian, Knight of Golgastan.
Alright, I caught it. I had to shuffle things around. Cool.
Speak your name, Wallister.
I am Denon Pavel, and I am here because I fear for Valeria's future.
The Butcher of Goliath. Your infamies precede you. You're to be commended. Few Wallister have tread so deep into these lands. But you'll not reach Brigantes on our watch.
Will I not? Alrighty. Well, there's a little bit of dialogue at least. And yeah, you would have already been dead had I been playing, so that's good.
Your hand is unsteady, Denon of Goliath.
Is it?
Is it knowledge of what you've done that weighs on you? Or knowledge of what you will do?
Who are you to question me? How many have you slain, creature of Barbatos?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I do wonder how many innocents you've slain, though.
Only think not that all of Golgastan's knights gloried in doing as we were bid.
I mean, you cannot glory in doing something, but if you still followed the orders, friend, I understand a knight's honor and all of that, but there's certain things you should just sit down and realize, hey, maybe my liege is the bad.
Duty, honor, loyalty. A knight is nothing without these. I could not break the oath I swore to Golgastan.
Then cast down your sword and surrender. It's Barbatos we're after.
No matter how futile my struggle, I'll never surrender. I will not break the vows I swore to my kingdom. I will not bring disgrace upon my house. Fate ordained our meeting. To do less than fight to the end is to dishonor those who've fallen.
Alright, Hektor. You're really not gonna give up, are you, friend? You are gonna try to murder Sherry, but this fight should be ending very quickly now. But yeah, alrighty. I'm glad I decided to do this. This is a much better way of handling this, I believe. Go get them, Lich Sistina. Bop, bop, bop.
The tide turns. We withdraw!
Oh, you're actually leaving.
I'll be waiting for you at Brigantes, Denon.
Wow, Hektor gets a lot of play, actually. He doesn't just die in a single fight. Interesting, interesting. Would you look at that? Okay. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Neato. Give me all of the things. I appreciate it. And level up. Everybody's almost hit the level cap now. Alright, so after this fight at Brigantes is where my next character is supposed to be acquired, so we can go the South Curtain or the West Curtain. The West Curtain has water. I think I would rather the South Curtain. Of course, I do have a lot of mages, but a lot of us float too. Yeah, no, screw it. Let's go to the water route. A lot of us float. I have a lot of mages. A lot of us can fly. There's a lot of reasons to go this route. Okay, so just a bunch of enemies it looks like. You are the boss that I need to defeat though, so alrighty, let us go. What you got to say to me, nerd?
The wheel turns against you, Denim of Goliath.
Bingham. One of my teachers at daycare his last name was that. That's all I can think of.
None have faced Bingham, Lord of Slaughter, and lived to tell the tale. Curse the gods or curse your sorry self, for your luck has run dry.
Friend, I've already delved 100 floors into the Tower of the Dead. I suggest you shut up. Think you're such a badass, huh? Have you defeated a necromancer lich? I was actually ready for the end this time.
A nobler death I deserved.
Later, Bingham. Alrighty, there we go. That one wasn't so bad. Like I said, the party took care of it just fine. Yay, cheer for all this equipment I'm never gonna use. There we go. Good level up for Azulstan.
But the Wallister have already breached the gates! We must send a rider to inform Caritanai.
Do that, and you sign your own writ of execution. His Eminence tasked us with this castle's defense. By the honor of House Didaro, we will defeat these interlopers and stop their advance here. Or have you lost your courage so soon?
Our dungeon holds scores of men who want nothing more than to see Galgastan fall. Should they join forces with the Wallister?
It shall not come to pass. We won't allow it. Consider that our enemy has fought across harsh, unfamiliar terrain outside our walls. They are fatigued. We will draw them inside the castle and finish them. Did you not wonder why I kept our forces from the field? Do you understand nothing of what I say?
House Didaro has never fallen short of its word. My son, Hektor, will not see it do otherwise now. If you are a knight of this house for true, you will follow your liege's orders with all due obedience.
Yes, my lord.
By your leave, father.
You have it, and the pride of House Didario as well.
Wait, you've been calling it House Didaro this whole time, but that time you called it House Didario.
Praise of which I am unworthy, in truth.
Weird.
No, it is I who should apologize. I'm sending you to your death.
You do not understand, father. This is the opportunity I've long awaited. How many times I spoke of dedication to my land, my people, while my heart pained with every word. I could ask for no clearer sign than the Wallisters' arrival here today. I was meant for this.
Doubtlessly, they seek to take this castle and use it to launch an assault upon the weakly defended flanks of Caritanai. You see, this is their main force. The rabble at Sonji are no more than a feint. A clever, if reckless, stratagem. And yet, this may just give them a hope of toppling the Hierophant.
If it will mean an end to this conflict, then my life is a small price to pay. The castle is yours, father. I leave her charges and Galgastan in your hands. I am needed below. Know this. The honor of House Didaro will not falter this day.
It's interesting. I mean, Hektor wants the war to end, but he also has his knightly vows that he cannot break, so he's willing to just basically die here fighting, but he actually wants to lose.
Our honor is greater for your sacrifice. Godspeed.
Could never be me. Not giving my life up for honor to a liege or what have you. It's my life, not his, damn it. Win with a knight in the party. Probably not going to be doing any of those. Alrighty, Hektor. How you doing, friend? Looks like we gotta beat you up. I'm sorry about it. At least we get some more cool dialogue out of you. So, like I said, gonna do the same thing I did last time. And we'll get to see all the cool bits, and my party can absolutely handle it.
You've come a long way to die, Denim.
You don't believe that.
You'll find these walls will not yield to you easily, nor will they offer up her prize without a fight.
What prize?
Those enemies of the Hierophant who languish in her dungeons. You mean you're not here to rally them to your cause? Then why?
Yeah, because I was when I heard that, I was like, huh, they didn't actually mention that at their little strategy meeting that they were gonna free, because that's a pretty common thing, free like a ton of POWs to fight so you get more soldiers, but they didn't talk about that at all.
Well, no matter. The dead seldom accomplish much of note.
Trying to hype yourself up, friend, because this is not gonna go your way.
A victory here might gain us more than a strong base for an attack on Coritonai.
By the way, I've been meaning to mention something. I need to take Yuria out of the party if I am using auto battle, because it seems like there's not really a good... I wasn't sure what to put Yuria on because she's mostly buffs. So I had her on Mender, thinking mending would be like support and healing, basically, because she can't heal, but basically she just runs into corners because she doesn't have any healing items. So she doesn't really do much. Maybe changing her thing would be better, like putting her on attack, then maybe she would use like her actual buffs and stuff.
An alliance with those Golgostani who turned against the Hierophant could well lead to a lasting bond between our clans.
Damn right it could, Denim.
I see your plan.
Do you?
You've drawn our lines off to Sonji in order to strike at Coritonai's undefended flank.
True enough. For what good the knowledge will do you. You're finished, knight. Your castle will be ours. Bend the knee to us, and we'll spare your life.
Oh, come on, Denim. You should know he's not going to do that, especially after the speech he gave you last time.
You dishonor me by the mere suggestion, Butcher of Goliath. I am a knight of Gargistan. You will not take this castle while I yet draw breath.
Alrighty, well, we're going to have to fix that, aren't we? Rest in peace, Canopus.
Something about this rings false.
Dialogue?
What's wrong, Denim of Goliath? Do not tell me the Butcher hesitates to draw blood. You and I are foes. Of this there is no doubt. One of us will triumph here, and the other will be cast into the abyss. Now, come. Show to me the quality of a hero among Wollister.
Denim's like, uh-oh, something's up here.
It ends. The castle in your hands, Father.
Well, damn, Hektor got a lot more play on the law route, jeez. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Got a bunch of pretty good stuff there. Yay. Well, not a bunch of pretty good stuff. I'm never gonna use it, but you know what I mean. Ooh, you got the nature thing now.
In the name of the armies of Gargistan, I, Briam Dodaro, surrender this castle to you.
I can't help but notice the incredibly striking red dragoon down there.
What defenders remain have already thrown down their arms. I beg you, take their freedom, not their lives.
You're not the first Dodaro I have met this day.
Aye, you slew my son, Hektor. But I do not weep. He died in utmost service to his sovereign, and with bravery in defense of our house's honor. The men and women behind me are those whom the Hierophant imprisoned here for treachery. You requested them brought here, and I have done so. Yet my clansmen, they remain. Tell me, Wollister, are these enemies of the Hierophant your enemies as well?
Of course they're not, or how could they be? I'm pretty sure that Dragoon in red is my character, so let me just make sure I'm not doing anything wrong here. Okay, it says after the battle in Brigantis, there will be a choice to make in the cutscene directly after. Answer with the second response. Which is not what I would have guessed. Of course, are these enemies of the Hierophant your enemies as well? Of course they're not, or how could they be? Why specifically the second one does it get me... weird? Very weird. I mean, both of these seem to insinuate that no, they're not my enemies.
What wrong have they done us? We are not the resistance of old. Our quarrel is not with the people of Galgastan. The generations-long conflict between your clan and ours never was. Always it has been men with power, men such as the Hierophant and the Duke, who throw their people at one another to further their own ambitions.
There we go, Denim. You're finally starting to grow up, friend. You're finally starting to grow up. Even though last fight you still called, Hektor like a Galgastan something or another. But you're starting to realize that it's more the commoners and stuff against the nobility that's just throwing their bodies at war than it is you actually against each other. The war between yourselves is totally fabricated because it's all just based off of the whims of the nobility and a bunch of old men that want to send young men to die.
It is not the Galgastani who must answer for this bloodshed. It is Balbatos and his ilk.
Springtime words from the mouth of a youth. Let us pray to the Father that they remain true through the winter to come. What will you do, Jeunan?
I am inspired to throw my lot upon the wheel and trust this Wallister.
Jeunan, there you are. You look and sound cool.
I see. Denim of Goliath. This man before you once aided the Hierophant in his blood war against your people. Yet he knows now the error of his ways, and seeks to atone. Allow me one request. Take him with you. Give him his chance.
Ooh, this is cool, this is cool. You're like me, you're also trying to atone.
If he has sinned, then my sin is greater still. I bear him no enmity. You are welcome to join us, Jeunan.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, see, now that's why I wanted to follow a guide for this stuff mostly. You're specifically called the Worm Slayer, which is, neat. You're still just a Dragoon, but I imagine you're just called a Worm Slayer because you've probably killed a dragon or two. Well, welcome to the squad. We have all sorts of, cool things. Man of no illusions. Alright, Jeunan. You're my first character unique to this route, so let's go ahead and put you up here. You are a semi-unique, so you can go over here, I suppose. We'll fix your number and all that. Alrighty, so do I actually want you to be a Dragoon is the question. I am interested in seeing potentially what other classes you can become. I don't really have a spear user since I swapped Sestina off of Dragoon, so it could be cool to have. Doesn't look like you can become any special classes or anything. Honestly, the only other class I would really feel super comfortable turning you into is like a Rune Fencer, because then I could have access to some more magic, but I probably do want a Dragoon around just for killing the dragons a little bit easier for when we run into them, so... probably for the best. Make you a Fusilier, but that'd be weird. I don't know, your armor is just so cool, and it's very, very Dragoon, so we're gonna keep you as a Dragoon. Let's go ahead and auto-equip you. You got a Dark Spear, Damascus Helm, Nathalorc Mail. Beautiful. And on Uhuk, I think, I probably have a Ring of the Horde. Uhuk, I'm gonna have to grab this, friend, sorry. We got new characters. Sorry, Uhuk. Alrighty. Oh, I already had a bunch of these. Never mind then. So there you go. Cool, Jeunan. You seem really, really neat. I like the look of you and all that. Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty. So you are only level 19. We are going to need to fix that. How about we just, level you up a wee bit here. I have 147 XP Charm 4s, so let's get you to, like, you're gonna be leveled down anyway, so let's just get you to, like, 30, probably. And then that should be good. You'll be strong enough for most of the fights that we're getting in. So, there you are, friend. And let's make sure we hook you up with some items as well. Not a Book of the Dead. Let's see here. Mending Salve, Blessing Stone, and Grimoire. There you go. Alright, friend. Enjoy. Oh yeah, I actually don't want this on you. Pincer Tackle and Spears is bad. We don't like that. Take, Dragon's Wound, maybe? Take Rampart Aura for now. And we'll put, this on instead. Would not be surprised if the game was like, alright, you're gonna be fighting some dragons now because we have the Dragoon in their party, so... Alrighty. Bahana Highlands. Vanquish the enemy leader, win with a Dragoon, and an Archer. Okay, interesting that it wants me to win with a Dragoon, considering there is not a single beast or dragon in this fight, but, cool. Oh, I remember you. I remember this battle, actually. Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember this field. Yeah, I think it was a ninja I fought here. Okay, well, who's getting replaced? I'm gonna go ahead and say Deneb. So there you go, Jeunan. Go ahead and get up here in the front. We need more, like, melee attackers and stuff, so that seems good to me. Azulstan, you're fine, and yeah, you have the Dark Spear and everything, which is cool. You don't need any of this Dragon Slayer stuff, so take, like, Rampart Aura, and HP, and I guess that's it. Not really much else of interest I could really put on you to help in this particular battle. So, yeah, just put those on for now. We're just fighting humans, so... let's make sure we assign the AI to everyone. I'm gonna have to manually assign his AI for the first time, but... There we go.
Wish they'd sent us to fight at Sonji.
Quartermaster Roberval, I believe you are different than the one I fought before. I remember fighting ninjas specifically on this map. But this is a different battle.
Beats a supply run to Brigantis at any rate. I know it snows. Bad to worse, eh? Who's there?
Galgastani Outriders. More swift than I expected.
Alright, Roberval. You're gonna have to go down, friends. Hate to break it to you. Okay. I'm sure people were worried. During that battle, while it was going on, I decided, you know what? Let's look at the next character I can recruit and make sure I'm not messing anything up. Okay. Apparently, here, right now, after I've captured Brigantis Castle, we need to go into here, Lord of Karitanai missing. And we need to see this specifically. Lord of the Karitanai, Premier of the Kingdom of Galgastan, has gone missing. Hierophant Balbatos has declared the Lord kidnapped by those who seeking to exploit his position. The search is ongoing. No strangers reside in the vicinity of the Lord's quarters, nor have any traces of an intruder been found. So authorities believe it is the work of an insider. Denizens of the keep fear greatly for their lord's safety and worry at reports of the Resistance's advance. Yep. Gone missing. So... there we are. We got that, and it says... First consult the Reborn report, this time clicking on Lord of Karitanai, and now that you've done so, include Jeunan in your party at Bahana. You need to make sure the enemy Roberval is down to around 2/3 of his HP without killing him. There we go. So now we go back into Bahana Highlands, and we do that. God, I didn't expect it so quick. I was like, I just got Jeunan, so I was like, I probably have a little bit of time before I get Ravness, but let me check. But there's so many steps. Also, I just said who we're getting, but I mean, most people already know anyway, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot of steps to getting Ravness. I already did a lot of them just myself, but this one I easily would have missed if I wasn't following a guide. Because yeah, you had to check it specifically there, and I was just a little bit gung-ho to get into the next battle here. But that's fine. Now we just gotta make sure we include Jeunan here. Do I have to reset you up? Damn it all, I do.
The roads to Ashton are shut off, and we have heard if Ashton had fallen.
Good, good, the dialogue.
Could this rabble have taken Brigantis? Impossible! Sir Hektor would never surrender the castle.
Balbatos has not taken notice of us. A rare stroke of luck.
Okay. Yeah, we apparently need a little bit more here. Oh wow, you're specifically using blowpipes. Interesting. I haven't seen many characters use those.
That news of the castle's fall has not reached them is Sir Hektor's doing, Denham.
Oh yeah? Interesting, yeah.
Sir Hektor? Why?
I mean, Sir Hektor wants the war to be over, and we might be able to end it, so...
He has no love for Balbatos. But you know Sir Hektor, loyal to a fault. He and his father both. They would never oppose Balbatos openly. When you arrived at Brigantis, he understood your true purpose. He and his father set in motion a plan to ease your way.
What plan?
Damn, Hektor has such an impact on the story now.
Sir Hektor and Sir Briam made certain word of your approach would not reach Caritini.
That was very, very cool of Hektor.
They even ordered the garrison's forces divided, else your siege of Brigantis would never have succeeded. House Didaro values loyalty and honor above all else, so none doubted their intentions.
Why not join our cause outright?
For one thing, they did not know if you were a worthy ally or just another would-be duke. For another, they hold their honor too dear. They could not openly betray their lord.
Sir Hektor let us take the castle.
Aye, and his life. I am sure that by now, his father, Sir Briam, joins him.
What?
Damn, okay, well this is quite the little lore drop we're getting here. Uh-oh. Okay, they didn't kill you though. Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. The AI's trying to murder them. I don't know if that's all the dialogue we can get or not, so I'm just gonna have to play it safe now. Okay, wait. Actually, the guide here says you must wait until Jeunan says the following line. I'm sure by now that his father joins him. Only then can you safely kill Roberval. Alright, so they're done. They're done. We can actually finish this. Good. God, I'm always trying to be so careful.
Never should have come to this blasted place.
Balbatos must fall, or they died for nothing.
Alrighty, well, that's a neat little detail to find out from Jeunan there. Cool. We are done. It's so crazy how much stuff you can miss in this game. It's incredibly wild. Oh yeah, I didn't level up Jeunan this time, but whatever. He'll level up naturally. Alright, back to the Rayson Way. Okay, it seems like I can safely go here. Basically, after the fight at Caritini, then we will go back. And as far as I can tell, that is the final step for Ravness. So, cool. Hello. You! Oh, I remember you! Yeah, a lot of these characters we have seen before, obviously, which is cool. Alright, to battle! Your Dragon Slayer might actually come useful here.
What is it? 2 days since we last heard from Brigantis?
Yeah, Decurion. Vance, I remember you.
2 at least. It's not like Sir Hektor.
Perhaps the weather turns foul. Brigannia Flats is often beset with storms this time of year, no?
True enough. But if snows had blocked the roads, I expect the company we sent to resupply Brigantis would have turned back by now.
When did you find time to sharpen that dull wit of yours?
Dull or not, I'm right, most like. If the High Commander finds out aught is amiss, it's your neck, not mine.
I'll worry about my neck. You worry about yours. And pray address me properly as Decurion.
Decurion, a party approaches!
Friend or foe?
Can't say. But they're not from Brigantis.
A Galgastani patrol. We can't let them alert Karitanai. To battle!
Well, good thing they don't have a horn or something on them. You think at least one of them would have a horn? Let us know. Or not let us know, but let the enemy know.
Wallister's here?
Yes, Wallister's
so
here.
These Wallister dogs are the reason Brigantis has fallen silent. Their heads will make fine gifts for Sir Zabos.
Will we? Decurion Vance.
No wonder crossing Brigannia Flats gave you no trouble. You fight like lions.
Damn right we do.
Hoping to take Karitanai from the rear, I figure.
Truly, we face one of Galgastan's finest military minds.
Denim with the sass. Alright, Denim. Alright, I think this is a dead Decurion.
When our armies return from Sonji, your time will come.
Alright, Vance. Bye-bye, friend.
Karitanai isn't far now. We must press on.
We're doing it. We still got a lot left in Chapter 3, I do believe, so this might be one that I have to split up into 2 different episodes. Because we're already at an hour and a half now. So, there is other stuff I need to get recorded tonight as well. Tactics Ogre takes a lot of time. What can I say? Alrighty, so... let's, actually we can see how much longer we have left. Let's look at the World Tarot. So... I see. Yeah, see, we're not even... yeah, we're not even to Kashua and the Duke's Demise and all of that stuff yet. We've still got a fair few fights to go. So, yeah. Yeah, we're not even halfway through Chapter 3 yet. Chapter 3 is a long one. Alrighty, so we'll probably continue with Karitanai, and then I'll go grab Ravness, which just requires us going back to the Highlands, and then we'll probably end this episode off.
So it's done. The Wallister are broken.
Oh yeah, totally busted, sir. Yep, they're not doing anything. Nope, they're done forever.
They are, my lord. Sir Zabos does not disappoint.
Indeed not. Now all that remain are Brantin and the Dark Knights. Still, even with Armorica, defeating them will be no small task.
My lords! The Wallister! They're here!
Calm yourself. You speak in tongues, soldier.
They lay siege to the castle.
How many are there?
I don't know, sir. What do we do?
Meet them with every man who can hold a sword.
Yes, sir.
The remnants of their army couldn't have broken through our lines. Unless Sonji was a diversion.
Yeah. Alright, I'm coming for you. I'm a-coming. Form an action to debuff an enemy was the only thing we had to do there. Alrighty, who are we fighting? You? Or is this a defeat everyone mission? Might be a defeat everyone mission. I don't see a target, so it will tell me right here. Nope, vanquish the enemy leader. Who's the enemy leader then? I'm curious. Curiouser and curiouser.
I am Denim Pavel. Hear me, Leandar Balbatos. Open the gates of Caritini and surrender. Kneel without a fight, and I will ensure you a fair reckoning. Resist us, and we will release heaven's judgment upon you for your crimes.
What hole did they crawl from?
Oh yeah, you, or go.
Listen up, boys. We only need hold these walls until our main host returns. Let not one of them into the keep!
I see. Just gotta vanquish you, or go. Phew, I was actually away from my computer for just a moment, and I happened to miss this one. I heard it and tried to rush back, but...
You're fighting for a lost cause!
So they weren't able to hold in Sonji. Unfortunate, but our course remains the same. We've a keep to take.
Damn straight, Denim.
Make your peace with the Father now, for when Sir Zabos returns with his legions, you will die.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like another way to say you're doomed unless your friends come to save you.
Denim's got a little sassy on this route, I must say.
Wishful thoughts, cur!
It is a long way for word to travel to Sonji, and as long for your legions to return.
Alright, friends. Yeah, you only got like 4 allies left, so this battle's not going to be going on, too much longer. Killed by music.
So close.
Alrighty, now we just gotta move into Caritini proper and see what we can do. Alrighty. Man, yeah, Chapter 3 goes. Chapter 3 goes. I'm glad I'm not trying to squeeze all of Chapter 3 into one episode. Probably drive me nuts. Alrighty, vanquish the enemy leader. We actually have 12 units on this battle. I am actually going to remember to take Yuria out this time. You are my target. You're the knight we saw in the cutscene, I imagine. Sorry, Yuria, you're just not really doing much in these fights. We'll put RSL in and... Murden? Murden. That looks good to me. Make sure we assign their AI, and we can go ahead and hop in here. Coo.
A crafty ploy, Denim of Goliath.
Apollinaire.
But this keep still stands. And by the might of Galgaston, she will not fall.
Alright, Apollinaire, we will see that. We will see if what you tell is the truth. That's quite a lot of units, actually. This would probably be a really, really difficult fight if I wasn't incredibly busted. Because, yeah, that's a lot of Terror Knights, Berserkers, yeah, Archers, they just got a whole lot of nasty stuff.
Jeunan! What are you doing with those Wallister blackguards?
Hanging out, helping us.
Daisy, how many seasons have passed since we last met?
It's actually interesting, you said blackguards. Every single time I've ever seen that, my first assumption would be that it's blackguards as well, but I've always heard it referred to as blackguards. Or blackards, basically. Like, it doesn't say the full, like, black or guards, it's just like blackguards. But maybe that's just a weird pronunciation that they gave in another piece of media that I've seen.
If you are here, then Brigantis has fallen. And the traitors to the Hierophant conspire with the Wallister.
True enough, though I mislike your choice of words. We are not criminals, but brothers in arms, seeking not more conflict, but peace.
Well said, well said.
You do not know the past of this man you called your ally, Denim of Goliath.
I mean, his past can't be any worse than Denim's. I mean, Denim has a pretty rough past.
His sword is wet with the blood of innocents. and his boots dark with the ashes of their village.
It is true. I have no desire to deny what I have done, nor do I deny that it was a terrible mistake, a weighty sin upon my soul. All those who lent aid to Balbatos's blood war were ogres, ogres in men's flesh.
You blame His Eminence? It was you upon the field of battle. You who mistook friend for foe.
You speak as though your own hands were not stained dark with the blood of innocents.
Innocence. Do not brand me with your iron, traitor. I fought only the enemies of this kingdom, gnawing vermin like you, who place the blame for their own sins upon our lord.
Wow, this is some really cool dialogue out of these two. This is quite neat. Battle's almost over as well, so yeah, it's gonna be ending any second now.
True. Killing the Hierophant now would do little to absolve my guilt. I was a man changed then. Those villagers, something dark inside me moved my hand to cut short their cries for mercy. I believed in my black heart that I did my duty for Galgastan, that I served my people even as I slew them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the unfortunate bit with having incredibly nationalistic tendencies and ideals, is you become so attached to something and honor-bound to it that you're willing to do anything for it, even some really, really messed up things. It is interesting because Jeunan, as far as we're learning about here, Jeunan is basically in the exact same position Denim was. He killed some of his own people for his country, basically. So, interesting.
What did I serve, other than death? I watched as the light faded from the eyes of our people and fear grew in their hearts. I watched as the beauty that was Galgastan perished.
Foolishness! You would have us return to the years of Dorgalua's rule. Is that it? When the Bakram and Wallister dined at the king's table, while the Galgastani were left to forage for scraps. You would throw away all we built this kingdom for. Where is the beauty in that, I ask you?
You decry the injustices of Dorgalua while you wish them upon the Wallister? You would strip them and your own clansmen of their freedom. The Hierophant's justice has failed, and his people abandon him. Surely you see it, Daisy. You cannot build a castle upon shifting sands.
As you wish, Jeunan. We will let the battle decide who has the right of it.
Yeah, it is actually interesting, the parallels between what's going on with the Wallister and Ronway and what's clearly going on here. They have their own very similar situation. Huh. Very, very cool. What a neat character. Well, you're gonna die now, friend. As soon as my characters can manage to work their way through you here. Actually, do you have a phalanx going? I think you just got it. Not enough to save you, luckily.
Glory to Galgastan.
Well, there we go. That's taken care of. Okay, so now we're just gonna go meet the man himself. Let's see exactly how that goes. Yeah, you're really, really interesting, Jeunan. Like I said, you parallel, I almost said Ramza, but Denim in a lot of ways.
Our forces have taken the keep. It is over.
No closer, Wallister. I'll never kneel to the likes of you.
You have no choice.
Foulest of days. We won, Insonji. We won! I said stay back, insolent cretins!
Your keep is taken, and your men are slain, Balbatos. Yield!
I've always heard it pronounced Cretans, not Cretins, because it's supposed to be the people of Crete. It's a derogatory term used to describe them, basically, which is unfortunate that an entire group of people has basically turned into, like, an insult.
You were wrong, Wallister. I do have a choice.
Man, doing the stomach route, what is that called? Hirakiri? Hirakiri, I believe, is the one where you specifically stab yourself in the stomach, like you cut open your own stomach with a knife.
He's dead. I wonder how Vice has fared.
Where is Denim? Speak!
Zabos, you get your hand off of my good boy.
How should I know? Run off somewhere, I'd wager.
You expect me to believe the hero of the Wallister turned tail and fled? Tell me what you're scheming, or I'll quiet you for good.
Sir, the Wallister, they've taken Caritanai.
Hey, you got your answer. Not from the person you wanted, but you got it.
What? How is that possible?
A force crossed the Brigannia Flats and assaulted the keep from her flank.
Madness! What of the Hierophant? Surely he's not...
Slain, sir. The dogs showed no mercy.
The Hierophant? Slain?
By his own hand, no less.
He did it! He really did it!
God, there's something just wild about, like, yeah, you're getting the shit knocked out of you, and when you see the looks on their faces, you just start laughing.
Vile, scheming creature!
Yeah.
How stand our ranks?
Sir, we have roughly 4 companies remain, sir.
Godspeed! We've lost more than I thought. Send Brutakos and Mansa to Caritanai. We will march on Almorica.
At once, sir.
That demon of Goliath will pay for this.
Butcher of Goliath, Demon of Goliath. I mean, you got pretty close. I'm Denim of Goliath. You see, you got like 1 letter wrong there. Or, well, a few letters, but, you know. Okay, we can go to Sonji Weald or Lake Bordeaux. Huh. Which one of these is where I'm supposed to go at this particular point? Let's actually check out the Warren report as well, because I do wanna check that. The Galgastani seat of power, Caritanai Keep, has fallen. It seems resistance soldiers battling the Galgastani at the Sonji Weald were merely decoys, as another force led by the hero of Goliath, Denim Pavel, assailed the undermanned keep. Galgastani leader Hierophant Balbatos was killed in the fighting. Many Galgastani soldiers surrendered to the Wallister resistance following the death of Hierophant Balbatos. The resistance took control of major cities such as Port Ashton and the mining town of Balma Musa. As the Galgastani forces sent to the Sonji Weald remain at large, surrendering soldiers are held as prisoners of war to prevent them from joining the fray again. The resistance stronghold Almorca Castle has fallen to Galgastani stragglers. The assault was led by High Commander Zabos, a close aide of the late Hierophant Balbatos. He played a key role in the Blood War and is wanted for crimes committed against the peoples of Valeria. He has taken Resistance Officer Vice Bozek prisoner. Well, we gotta go save Vice. Alright, there's a few things to get here as well. Galgastani from Rhyme, who once led the Worm Knights of the Kingdom of Galgastan. As Hierophant Balbatos' right hand, he was a principal agent in carrying out the Blood War. He later joined those opposing the Hierophant, troubled by the acts he had been made to commit. After meeting Denim at Brigantis, he saw him in him a kindred spirit. Since then, he has fought for the Resistance. Former leader, the beleaguered Hierophant took his own life and the Resistance assailed Caritanai. Commander Zabos. Yeah, fearsome commander, he's nonetheless admired as a staunch and steadfast ally. He was charged with leading an offensive battle against the Resistance at Sonji. Following the battle, he learned that Caritanai Keep had fallen and the Hierophant was no more. He's now recaptured Almorca and continues to fight back. Galgastani, who formerly headed the Daidara family. House Daidaro's lineage traces back to Caritanai noble Count Orlando, and they also share a bloodline with the Lord of Caritanai. Briam was pained by what his homeland had become under Hierophant Balbatos. Hearing that the Wallister resistance was on the march, he freed the enemies of Balbatos imprisoned in Brigantis Castle, remaining loyal to the crown to the end. He took his own life for failing to prevent the fall of Brigantis. And Decurion. Gogstani served his clan in battle. Before joining the army, he was the leader of a crew calling themselves the Scoundrels, based in Port Ashton. Seeing the resurgence of conflict as an opportunity to rise in the ranks, he responded by recruiting his friends, many of whom still call him brother. His old crew was mostly illiterate, and Vance himself was not well educated, but his experience on the rough side of the streets gave him excellent insight and judgment, and he was just and fair with his men. As the name suggests, the Decurion is in command of only 10 people. It was not a particularly challenging role, but Vance always said he had no intention of resting on his laurels. While on the defensive at the Raisin Way, he encountered Denim en route to Critonai and braved an attack, but was defeated. Hektor. The tragedy of Sir Hektor and his father would be sung... Or, wait, no, let's read this top part too. Unhappy at how the Hierophant's despotism had transformed the land he loved, he and his father Briam plotted to allow the resistance to put an end to Balbatos. Hektor kept reports of the resistance advance from reaching Critonai and laid down his life, allowing the resistance to take Brigantis. Tragedy of Sir Hektor and his father would be sung in tales for years to come, making him a famed hero loved far and wide, an example of the truest knight. Yeah, you definitely got a lot more this time. Mercenary... Hailed to Critonai Keep while the battle with the Wallister resistance raged at Sonji, yet even as his forces celebrated their victory there against the Wallister, he was taken by surprise when the resistance attacked from the rear and fell to Denim. Galgastani hails from a family of farmers in a small village in the Critonai region, where he lived together with his parents, grandparents, and 6 sisters. As a Galgastani, he revered Hierophant Balbatos and was eager to join the army. His parents were staunchly opposed, for he was their only male child. Still, on the day he left, his mother presented him with a fine jacket of tawny brown that his father had bought for him, so he might not be ashamed of his low station. Many were the youths like Camlot, who joined the Galgastani host out of an abundance of patriotism, clearer sign than any of the Hierophant's influence. While delivering supplies to Brigantis Castle, he encountered a resistance on the Bahana Highlands and died in battle, having never learned of Brigantis' castle's fall to Sir Hektor and his father's stratagem. Galgastani. House Apollinaire is a noble family related to the former Lord of Critonai, Count Orlando. For generations they have held seats in the House of Nobles, wielding great power throughout the region. Daisy Apollinaire, youngest daughter of the current family head, favored warfare over politics, eventually attaining the rank of commander. Galgastani commanders are charged with leading several legions of men and are second in rank only to high commanders. Daisy was well suited to the role, demonstrating decisive leadership and superlative combat skills. She died attempting to fend off Denim's assault on Critonai. Alrighty, there we go. A lot more stuff added there. And now we go back to Bahana. Cool. Alrighty, and let's take out Murden and RSL. And we should be good here. So, if I look, there's Ravness. As far as I understand, as long as Ravness survives this fight, we are good. This is not a vanquish, the leader. Yeah, it's just vanquish the enemy, so... Alrighty, everyone. Go ahead and get in there. We just gotta keep you alive, Ravness.
We'll both be caught here. I'll stay and slow the enemy. You go on ahead.
I owe you an apology, Ravness. I thought you could not be trusted. Forgive me. You are one of us.
You're kind, but there's naught to forgive. Now go. See to our young lord of Critonai.
Thought you could slip away, did you?
Warriors of Galgastan, Critonai has fallen. Balbatos is slain by his own hand. Surrender and save yourselves.
I did not think Critonai would fall so swift.
Wallister lies! Shut your ears to their slander! Seize the woman! Slay the rest!
Dame Ravness, rally to us!
Alright, here we go. I just gotta make sure that we can keep you alive. I might control like Donalto if things go badly, so I can basically just give Ravness a pocket healer.
Already you lead the armies of Almorica.
Yup. Hey Ravness, glad you're actually gonna say something this fight. I was beginning to wonder if we were just gonna take out all the enemies and that would be it. Things are going pretty well. None of the enemies have really even reached Ravness so far. We've already almost completely taken out the right side here.
Sir Leonar gave his life to make it so. Almamusa, Sir Leonar, how many more must I send to their death?
A brave man, Sir Leonar. I knew him well. He would bear any dishonor for his country.
Yeah, it's very... The situation with Leonar is very similar to the situation that Hektor had, once again, just on different sides. Much like Jeunan is like the Galgastani version of Denim, Hektor is like the Galgastani version of Leonar. Willing to do whatever it takes for their country, even if it means giving up their own lives.
So, this is Dame Ravness.
Yup, sure is.
She's no enemy of ours.
Easy, Denim. Subrium told me all.
Yeah, I mean, you two are kind of intrinsically linked if I wanted to have her at all, so...
A Wollaston knight who toils for Galgastan is a rare creature indeed.
What do you mean?
She's well regarded among those who oppose Balbatos. Balbatos's men think of her less as a Wollaston knight than a rogue within their own camp.
Dame Ravness, a Galgastani rebel.
I'd sooner have the tale from her, but she'll not talk if she's dead.
Yeah, I mean, she was with the partisans, so it makes sense.
It is a great burden he has passed to you.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I always got to make like a little bit of noise so I can see where the actual dialogue starts when I'm editing the video. It makes my life a lot easier. So if you ever wonder why I'm like, yup, or mm-hmm, that'd be why.
But who am I to fault him for that?
You're too hard on yourself.
Am I? Almamusa was a foul business. It was unfair of us to ask one so young to bear so much. We trusted to your strength, when we ought to have heeded our own wisdom.
Yeah, Balmamusa was a lot. The guide to get Ravness straight up says, like, it's a lot of work to get Ravness, but you are making up for the fact that you massacred an entire village.
Another path at Balmamusa. I might have died in Sir Leonar's place, but there is no undoing what is done.
You press on because you must, bearing your shame upon your shield.
Yeah. This is a cool, like, little redemption arc for Denim. You know, Denim trying to make amends for the things that he did and coming to terms with it and everything. It is a nice message that, you know, you can... Although you can never totally be forgiven for the things you've done, you can try to repent.
You're looking well, all things considered.
My god, everybody's getting in on this fight. So many conversations.
I see you've not changed, Canopus.
Not as you have. There's a rose in your cheeks. It suits you. You had a grim look when we first met at Almorica.
I was confused about a great many things, but no longer.
Aye. To the business at hand, then. So many foes in need of mortality.
There we go. There we go.
Dame Ravness, are you all right?
Hopefully that was all the dialogue. I mean, that was a lot of dialogue, and that took a pretty good amount of time, so...
Thank you, yes. I live to fight another day.
Alright, Ravness. You're supposed to be joining me now. Come on. You're a lot of work, you know. It will be cool to have you in the party. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. Ravness, level 20. Congratulations on your skill.
It was the Galgastani who pursued you, and a Galgastani whom you helped escape. I admit I'm rather confused.
Doesn't... Canopus's face looks weird here. It looks like he's sad. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but he looks sad. Just the way he's looking, I don't know.
The knight you saw opposes the Hierophant. It was Balbatos's loyals who gave chase.
Yeah, Denim, I mean, there are factions within, you know, each... There are multiple factions within any one group. I mean, you should know this after the Resistance and the New Wallister Alliance also both existed.
To what end?
The Lord of Caritanai is the rightful ruler of Galgastan. Hierophant Balbatos is merely his steward. As the young lord was not yet of age, Balbatos was free to reshape Galgastan as he saw fit.
Like a puppet king sort of scenario, or like a regent that gets put in place to guide the young king, but in reality they're just making all the decisions themselves.
The poor child was a piece in a game he scarce knew existed. We had hoped to reach him before your assault on Caritanai.
Where is he now?
Balbatos's enemies shelter him. With Caritanai sacked and Balbatos dead, I should think they'll take him to Brigantis. A great many of their number hold the castle.
Good people, and true.
That's right. You've met them, haven't you? It is they who reached out to me to aid in the Reformation.
Of Galgastan, you mean?
Of course. Not everyone in Galgastan wanted war with the Wallister.
Yeah, so now we're getting the connection to Sir Hektor and everything as well.
And surely the same is true of the Wallister. It is war we hate, not each other. What better way to bring peace to both people than to change Galgastan from within?
Peace without bloodshed.
With my mixed blood, I thought myself a fitting standard bearer for the cause. I had but to open my eyes and see. And when I did, a new truth emerged. A way for Wallister and Galgastani both to emerge victorious.
A worthy goal. One I share. Join us, Ravness. Fight at our side. Our paths parted at Balmamusa, but we seek the same thing. Look past what is done and lend me your steel.
You've grown much since Balmamusa.
As have you, Ravness.
Is yours.
It's so cool. So much character development for so many of these characters. Yay! We got Ravness. Ravness wants to join the party. There we go. Cool. So Ravness is a Valkyrie, which will be cool. Because, let's see here. Sort manual. Let's go ahead and move you up here, Ravness, and let's go ahead and change our ID numbers. Alrighty, so since you are a Valkyrie, I should be able to give you this. I believe someone mentioned there may be a reason I wouldn't want to do this. Not sure why, but there you go. There's Wisplight. We'll see. I'll probably figure it out. And what else would I want to have on you? Probably heal. There you go. And everything else looks good there. What classes can you become, I wonder? You can make Ravness a Necromancer? Oh god. Ooh, you can also make Ravness a White Knight. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, that is cool. Ravness can become a White Knight. That's a really, really strong class, so... It would be cool to make Ravness a White Knight. What all weapons can White Knights use again? They can use spears. Oh yeah, I could give you Brunhilder. I mean, I already have so many people casting this. I kind of like the idea of White Knight Ravness, to be honest. We haven't seen another character that can become a White Knight, so it seems cool to me, rather than just making you another person that's throwing out summons. Also, look at those stat increases. I have enough of these things, so we can go ahead and change you. If there's some reason I shouldn't, then that's fine. You definitely fit the color scheme. You're wearing like the blue and the white, so it makes sense. Alright, so now you only have heal, and I could give you like awaken. Sure. Just in case that's ever needed. Alrighty. Look at us. So definitely put velocity shift on. Guardian Force is quite good. Stunbringer. Let's see here. Probably. What all weapons can you use? You're pretty good with spears. I could give you. I could give you this and then hook you up with Brynhildr. You don't really need to use spears now. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know what? Let's lean into it. Not swords two hand. Swords one hand. There you go. So Brynhildr it is. Where is it? I don't know. I like the appeal of this, I suppose, for lack of a better term. I just like the idea of Ravness, the White Knight, that is light elemental, using Brynhildr, the light weapon, you know. I don't know. You're the closest I can get to a paladin, basically. Rampart or Pincer? Probably Pincer. Alrighty. Let's actually see what it auto-equips you with. Shield of the Loam. Is that what it's gonna give you? Huh. Is that better than... It probably isn't better than the Dragon Scale, specifically the really, really strong one that I have. But that's on someone else. Who was that on? That's on my flying, yeah, Wyatt. Let's actually give you that instead. Let's grab that off of Wyatt. Sorry, Wyatt. Here you are. Give me that, please. Wyatt's still holding Lombardia as well, but we got Brynhildr. You're using the crazy thing. Shield of the Wind, so... Wait, is Shield of the Wind better than the Dragon Scale I had, actually? Oh, I thought I had a better Dragon Scale than this. Okay. Whatever. And Ring of the Horde? Looks good to me. And we can level you up a little bit as well. There we go. We got another White Knight hanging out in the party here. You're pretty cool, Ravness. I'll just enjoy using you, and I really like the... I don't know, it feels like it leads into your character to make you a White Knight specifically. There you are. Enjoy. That looks cool to me. Awesome. Alrighty, well, with that, I guess we're gonna go ahead and end this episode of Tactics Ogre Reborn off here. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.